covering today is going to be the history of the brand, so as well as what products actually impacted the brand Eddie Bauer. We have guide-tested products, our creed and the guarantee, the employee culture, and the reinventure. At the end, I'll do a summary of the presentation, and then I'll also have an open window for questions at that time. Did you know Eddie Bauer has been around for over 102 years? Eddie Bauer Sports Shop. So when Eddie Bauer first started, which was in 1920, he actually opened the business under Eddie Bauer Tennis Shop. So what's really cool about that is he actually developed a shuttlecock, which is this, in 1935. He developed it and patented it for badminton players. So that's kind of where his brand first started. Shortly after that, he was able to rebrand into Eddie Bauer Sports Shop or Eddie Bauer Sporting Goods. What's really nice about that is between 1934 and 1937, he actually received over 20 different patents on products and equipment that he knew people needed. One of the first things that actually kicked him off was the jacket referred to as the Skylander. So Eddie Bauer was on a winter fishing trip, wearing his product he patented, and realized it wasn't functional. So he was freezing cold. He realized this is not a realistic product that I can stand by. One thing that Eddie Bauer really prides himself on is being able to stand by the product. So with that being said, he was able to then, knowing I'm going to do a quilted down jacket, it's going to be really, really lightweight, but it's also going to keep me extremely warm. This is known as the Skylander. So again, this is a first and slim warm jacket. With that, after patenting that product, the U.S. Army Corps was able to get in contact with Eddie Bauer. Hey, if you can make us a really slim jacket, what else could you possibly do? So one of those things he was able to do is he manufactured over 50,000 parkas. This is an example of one of those jackets. It was the B9 parka. Additional supplies that he was able to produce was sold over 100,000 different jackets to the U.S. Army Corps. Again, back in the 1940s. In 1944, he was able to then realize there's a need for women's product. What's really cool about that is still to this day, there'll be celebrations, there'll be email promotions about Eddie Bauer's wife in the year of 1944. Her name was Christina Stein, so they might come out with a jacket or a flannel or any type of outerwear that's named the Stein, and that's what they're getting that mimic from his wife. With them being able to expand that brand, they had to close down their small shop. They hired 125 seamstresses, and they actually featured 14,000 soldiers in their home store catalogs that then got sent out to all of their invested people that wanted to buy the product, and they were like, wow, it's a patent product, and it's a functional product that the U.S. soldier is actually being able to wear. At that time, Eddie Bauer Inc. formed in 1950. Still to this day, that is the name of the company. A lot of changes with Eddie Bauer. There's been a ton of change of ownership throughout the 102 years. One thing that stayed consistent is the quality and the guarantee of the product. Eddie Bauer ended up retiring from the brand in 1968. He had some health declining reasons at that time and just wasn't able to take a part of the adventure. This is when Eddie Bauer monitored, really started to look at an expedition. So if you knew someone that's going on an adventure, if you had someone that knew they had a trip coming up, they were wanting to make sure they were going to take care of everything for you. Then what happened next is in 1971, one of the owners actually sold to General Mills. What they were looking to do is they wanted to hit a larger customer base. They didn't want an Eddie Bauer customer to think, well, I'm not outdoorsy, I don't like to go explore. This is someone that could wear this product from the beginning of the day until they go to bed with Eddie Bauer pajamas, featuring the all week long concept. Kind of targeting women a little bit more. I know personally, the brand Eddie Bauer, I thought it was just all outdoors, maybe not something that was made for me personally, without looking at the detail of the clothing, again, the functionality all day, all week long. Ford Motors branding happened in 1983. You guys might be familiar with the Ford Bronco that happened. They had Eddie Bauer Explorers, Eddie Bauer Expeditions. They shortly ended in 2010, but the Eddie Bauer Ford Bronco was one of the first vehicles that they ended up coming out with that line. So not only do they have outerwear, not only do they have expedition gear, there's also home. So home gear, there's comforters, pillows, blankets, anything really you can imagine. That happened in the early 90s. One thing that is really great about Eddie Bauer is they also partner with lots of nonprofit organizations. Something too that still goes to this day is the American Tree Foundation. So anytime you're purchasing in their store, if you donate $1, they're gonna plant a tree. At the end of that month, they recap to their customers, we planted blank trees, and this is exactly where they were at. Other places that they partner with is the Red Cross, the Forever Heroes, just something really nice to see that they're not just getting all that money to themselves, they're wanting to share that love everywhere else. Present is a partnership with Arrive. It's actually an equipment rental and a used equipment rental place. This happened actually just in August of 2022. They saw the need of, hey, we're wasting all this money and recycling and trash of products that we use on one trip and we never use it again. Now they have the option, you can rent that product. You're going to Colorado, you're going skiing, you're going mountain climbing. You maybe don't have to buy it, you can resell it, and you can rent it. It's guide tested and approved. So what that means, all the jackets in the store or online are gonna give you a temperature rating. They're gonna say, hey, you can go to 10 degrees negative, you can go to 20 degrees. They want you to know that these jackets are actually functional. These guides go out, live their adventure, do their trips in the gear, and then they come back, post a video, share a testimonial, so you know exactly what you're looking at. It's a new feature that's on their website, and it's under the guide tested, and you actually can look at all those ratings. The creating guarantee, so to give you such outstanding quality, value, service, and a guarantee that may be worth of your high esteem. One thing they like to say is Eddie Bauer products are guaranteed for life, the duration of the life of that product. So if my sweater that I'm wearing right now gets a big old hole in it, where it's obviously something that I didn't just snag it, it's a product fail. They will give you a full refund, or they will exchange something to that equal or less value for the duration of the life of that product. So no, you can't take socks in there that have little holes that maybe you wore them out, right? However, if you have a jacket that feathers are coming out, they're gonna validate that product and they're gonna give you a brand new jacket.
Cool.
Right. The employee culture. So I worked there for 2 years. I absolutely love being part of the brand. They empower their employees. They encourage people to be outside. They had like a hiking contest where they'd say, hey, how many miles a day can you get? Post us a photo of you not in your store. You know, they're purposely wanting you to get out of the store. The re-adventure. So options to donate, resell, and rent the gear. So again, that re-adventure is something that's really new. One thing I would challenge you guys to do, check it out on their website, be sure to look at that. Maybe it's someone that you know of that's going on a trip, maybe that can't justify buying it. If you're only gonna use it that one time, then now you can actually give it back. So just in summary, so Eddie Bauer again opened the store in 1920, still under the name of Eddie Bauer. This is an example of an adventure pack, if you will, of maybe you're going on an adventure of all the things you could actually resell or trade value. Again, the Eddie Bauer boomed not just with clothing. Really, it's so much more than just the brand. Guide shows those great testimonials. They refer to anyone wearing the product as a guide. They're guiding you through the adventure. And I have a little commercial for you. Sorry. John, can you hit play one? It's like 30 seconds, so. But, culture of the brand. Thank you guys. I did include Eddie Bauer's link, so you can obviously visit their website. What kind of questions do you have for me? Yes.
So with the exchange policy, like if you've had something for like 15 years and you go to take it back, how exactly does that work?
Yeah. So again, they're going to be able to validate. They usually have tags that they can look at when exactly was it there. They have a rewards program, so they're going to try to link a receipt. If they're not able to link a receipt, so probably 15 years ago, through the system, it's not there. You're going to get something equal or less value to that product. They're not going to give you cash back. They might give you a gift card, or they can give you a jacket, like an exact comparison. So if you brought in a jacket that can get down to negative 30 degrees, they're going to show you exactly the newest one that would be similar to that. Yeah?
I'll have a comment to that because I have it and got a couple t-shirts and just actually just out of shape after washing and stretching. And went in and I just exchanged it for something else.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was like
Yeah, I mean, and Eddie Bauer products are a premium ticket, but in my opinion, they stand behind it, and you kind of see the reason why behind that, which is really cool. You know, for me, it was more empowering our customers to feel like they're not a nuisance or they're not a pain if they needed to exchange something, because probably all of us have things in our closets that we don't want to take back, or we're like, it's okay. That's what they really don't want you to do. They want you to be proud wearing their product. So
there's an Eddie Bauer in Milwaukee.
There's Eddie Bauer in Columbia Mall. That's right. Yep.
One of my favorite places to be.
Thank you guys.
All right.